Hello students, in this session you are going to learn 12th standard computer applications subject chapter 5 PHP function and array. The main concept you are going to learn in this session: functions in PHP, types of functions, arrays in PHP, types of arrays. Okay. So first let us see what is function. Why we are using functions in PHP? What is the concept of using functions? Let us see that. Okay. See here, this is the large program. Now you have to execute this large program. Executing this large program is difficult. So you are dividing this large program into many subprograms. Each subprogram is called as functions. Okay. So a large program is divided into many subprograms. Each subprogram is called as functions. So why we are using these functions? If you want to execute a set of statements repeatedly again and again, then you can use functions. Which means if you want to print hello statement for 10 times, then what will you do? You will write the hello statement 10 times in the program. So if you are writing again and again that statement in the same program, what will be happen? It will take more time, length of the program will be increases, and it will take lot of memory space to store that program. So to avoid these difficulties, you can create one function and write that hello statement within the function. If you want to print that hello statement for 10 times, you just make a call to that function. So whenever you want to execute that hello statement, you just make a call to that function. Okay. When you are using functions in a program, the program length will be decreases and it takes less memory space and less time. Okay. So this is the main purpose of using functions. So now let us see the definition of function. In most of the programming language, a block of segment in a program that performs a specific operation task such as insert, execute, delete, calculate, etc. This segment is known as functions. So we already know that a larger program can be divided into many subprograms. Each subprogram is called as functions. Subprogram is nothing but block of statements or block of segment, which means a part of a program. Okay. So block of segment in a program that performs specific operations. Specific operations means what? You can insert the statements, you can execute the statements, you can delete the statements, you can calculate the expressions. These are specific operations. Okay. So what is function? Function is nothing but a part of a program. A block of statements is called functions. So you can call this function as subroutines or procedures. So what are the other names of functions? Subroutine, procedure, modules, subprograms, and so on. Okay. A function will be executed by a call to that function, and the function returns any data type values or null value to called function. So you have to write the block of segments within the function. If you want to execute again and again that block of segments, you just make a call to that function. Okay. And it returns any data type values or null value. It returns any values or it returns null value. Null value means what? 0. Okay. So it returns any data type values or null value. So next let us see types of functions. The function can be divided into 3 types. What are they? User-defined function, predefined or system-defined or built-in functions, and parameterized function. Let us discuss them one by one. Okay. So first let us see about user-defined function. UDF stands for user-defined function. User-defined function means what? Users can define this function. Who is the user? We are the users. So we can define this function. Okay. So if you are writing a program, you can define your own function. That function is called user defined function. So user defined function in PHP gives a privilege to user to write own specific operation inside the existing program module. There are two important steps are used to create this user defined functions. What are they? Function declaration, function calling. So you have to write the function name in the declaration part and function calling. Okay, let us see what is function declaration. So first let us see how to declare function. A user defined function declaration begins with the keyword function. So if you want to create user defined function, you have to write the keyword first, that is function, and next write the function name. You can write any name here. Okay, so you can give any name to your function. After that, give the parenthesis. In the next line, you have to write the curly brace, open curly brace and closed curly brace. Within these curly braces, you have to write the code. Code means statements. Okay, block of statements will be written in this place. Okay, so between curly braces, you have to write the block of statements. Okay, so this is the syntax for function declaration. So now let us see how to call the function. Okay, you have to call the function using function name. So in the function declaration part, you have to declare the function, but in the function calling part, you have to call that function. Okay, which means you have to execute the function. See, this is the syntax of calling function: function name, parenthesis and semicolon. So this is the way of writing function declaration and function calling. So next let us see the example of user defined function. Okay, this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. Here function is declared. You have to start the function with the keyword function. Okay, so this function is a keyword. Next function name is what? Insert message. Insert message is a function name. So after that, curly braces. Within the curly braces, one statement is given: echo student details inserted successfully. This is a message. Student details inserted successfully is a message. Okay, this message will be printed on the output screen, because this echo is a output statement. So this student details inserted successfully will be printed on the output screen. Okay, so this is the function declaration part. This is the function call part. Okay, in this function call part, you have to write the function name and parenthesis and semicolon. So when you are calling this function, the student details inserted successfully will be printed on the output screen. When you are calling again this insert message function, again the student details inserted successfully message will be printed on the output screen. If you want to print this student details successfully message in the output screen for 20 times, you no need to write this message for 20 times again and again. Okay, you just make a call this insert message function for 20 times to print this message in the output screen. Okay, so next let us see predefined or built-in functions. These built-in functions are available on the PHP installation package. It always available on the PHP installation package. We cannot define this function because this is not user defined function. This is built-in function. This is available only PHP installation package. There are more than 700 functions are available in PHP library. Okay. Example for built-in functions are echo, array, count. These functions are always available in PHP library. We cannot declare these functions like user defined functions. Okay. Next let us see parameterized function. Required information can be shared between function declaration and function calling part inside the program. Which means when you are creating a function, you have to write the parenthesis. Within the parenthesis, you can add parameters and arguments. Okay, when you are adding the parameters and arguments in that parenthesis, then that function is called parameterized function. The parameter is also called as variables. It is used to store the values, which means store the arguments. Okay. For example, a is equal to 5. Here a is the parameter and 5 is the argument. A is the variable and 5 is the value. Okay. So parameter is also called as variable and argument is also called as values. So you have to declare the parameter within the function declaration part and you can declare the argument within the function call part. Okay. And these parameters and arguments are mentioned after the function name and inside the parenthesis. Okay. So you have to declare the parameter in the function declaration part within the parenthesis and you can declare the arguments, which means values, in the function call part within the parenthesis. Let us see the example of parameterized function. This is the example. This is the opening tag, this is the closing tag. First function is the keyword. Next school name. School name means what? Function name. School name is the function name and within the parenthesis one parameter is declared, that is name. Parameter is nothing but it is also called as variables. We already discussed about variables in the previous chapter. Variables are declared by dollar symbol. Okay. So variables are also called as parameters. So here one parameter is defined, that is name, and next curly braces echo name in Tamil Nadu. Next break BR. This is used to break the line. Okay. So this is the function declaration part. See the function call part. Function call part means what? You have to write first school name. School name is function name and next write the parenthesis and next write the semicolon. So here within the parenthesis you have to write the argument for that name parameter. Okay. Here government higher secondary school Madurai. So here name is the parameter and the government higher secondary school Madurai is the argument. So this argument will be stored in the parameter name. So name is what? Government higher secondary school Madurai. So in the output screen you will get the output government higher secondary school Madurai in Tamil Nadu. Government higher secondary school Madurai in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Next break, which means break the line. So go to the next line. Next argument is what? School name government higher secondary school Trichy and next government higher secondary school Chennai, government higher secondary school Kanjipuram, government higher secondary school Tirunelveli. So this all the arguments will be printed on the output screen. Okay. So here this name is the parameter and this government higher secondary school Madurai, Trichy, Chennai, Kanjipuram, Tirunelveli are the arguments. Okay. See the next example. This is the opening tag, this is the closing tag. Here two parameters are given. This is the school name is the function and two parameters are given, that is name and strength. And within the curly braces echo name in Tamil Nadu and student strength is, first you have to write the argument to name parameter and next write in Tamil Nadu and student strength is and next write the strength value. See the calling function. In the calling function school name government higher secondary school Madurai and next strength value is given. What is that? 200. So if you are declaring two parameters you have to declare two arguments for that parameters. Okay. So in the output screen you will get the output government higher secondary school Madurai and next in Tamil Nadu and student strength is and next student strength value is what? 200. Okay. These all the arguments will be printed on the output screen like this. Okay. And the next example 3. This is the opening tag, this is the closing tag. Function is defined. Function name is sum. Two parameters are given x, y. See here, written statement is given in this program. So you have to return the value of z. Before that, one expression is given, z is equal to x plus y. So you have to enter the arguments or values to x, y variables, and it returns the z value in the output screen. Okay, z value is what? X plus y. See this calling part, echo 5 plus 10. Argument of x parameter is 5 and argument of y parameter is 10, which means value of parameter x is 5 and value of parameter y is 10. So 5 plus 10, z is equal to what? X plus y. So 5 plus 10, 15. So you will get the output 15 for this value. And next break means what? Go to the next line, break that line. Okay. So next x, y values are 7 and 13. So 7 plus 13, 20. Your next output is what? 20. And next break, again break the line, go to the next line. And 2 plus 4, x is 2 and y is 4. 2 plus 4 is what? 6. So 6 will be printed out on the output screen. So you will get the output like this. Okay. So this is about functions in PHP. Next let us see arrays. What is array? Why we are using array in PHP? Let us see that. Okay. In a variable you can store one value, which means a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 10. If you want to store 100 values, you have to create 100 variables. Okay. Which means a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, c is equal to 15, d is equal to 20, like that. So if you want to store 100 values, you have to create 100 variables for that values. But if you are using array, you can store multiple values in a single variable. Okay, this is the main use of array. Let us see the definition of array. Array is a concept that stores more than one value of same data type in a single array variable. So when you are using array, you can store more than one values of same data type in a single array variable. Same data type means what? See this example. 5, 6, 10, 30, 40, 50. These are the integer data types. 10.5, 14.3, 16.7. These are the float data type. And A, B, C, D, these are the character data type. So in an array, you can store multiple values of same data type. So you can add the values which belongs to same data type. To use array in PHP, you have to use array keyword with the variable. Okay. See this example. This is the array variable. Array variables means here you have to write the variable name and is equal to array. Write this keyword array. And within the parenthesis, you can write multiple values which belongs to same data type. Okay. So when you are using this array keyword, you can store multiple values of same data type in a single variable. That is called array. Next let us see the types of arrays. There are 3 types of arrays in PHP. What are they? Indexed arrays, associative arrays and multi-dimensional arrays. So first let us see indexed arrays. Indexed means all the array values should be stored in the particular position. That position is called as index. These index positions always starts from 0, which means first element is stored at the 0th index position and second element is stored at the first index position and third element is stored at the second index position. So the array's index positions are always starts from 0, not from 1. It always starts from 0. So you can call it as arrays with the numeric index. See this example. Here this is a teacher name is a variable name and array is a keyword and next Inian, Kavin, Nilani are the values. See here this first name is Inian This is stored at the 0th index position, and second name is Kavin. This is stored at the first index position, and third name is Nilani. This is stored at the second index position. Okay. And next let us see associative arrays. Associative arrays are a key value pair data structure. Here each key has its own specific value, which means named keys. See this example. Marks is a variable name. Next array is a keyword. Within the parenthesis, student 1 is a key and 35 is its value, and student 2 is a key and 17 is its value. Student 3 is a key and 43 is its value. In the indexed arrays, we used index position, index values to specify the element's location. But here we are using keys instead of index numbers. Okay, keys are what? Student 1, student 2, student 3. In the student 1, 35 is stored, and in the student 2, 17 is stored, and in the student 3, 43 is stored. So next see echo student 1 mark is, next you have to write the student 1 mark. Student 1 mark is what? 35. So student 1 mark is 35 is eligible for qualification, will be printed on the output screen. And next student 2 mark is what? 17 is not eligible for qualification. It will be printed on the output screen. Next let us see multi-dimensional arrays. If an array containing one or more arrays, then that is called a multi-dimensional array. A multi-dimensional array is an array containing one or more arrays. See this example. This is opening tag, this is closing tag, and student is equal to array. Here student is the variable name, array is the keyword. Within the curly braces, array Indian 196, this is first row, and next Kavin 60 59, this is second row, and Nilani 1339, this is the third row. See here write the index values 0 1 2, here 0 1 2. This multi-dimensional arrays looks like rows and columns. See this program, echo student 0 0. See the index value 0 0. What is that? Indian. And next Tamil mark student 0 1. So which value is present at the 0 1 index position? 100. And next English mark student 0 2. Which value is present at 0 2 index position? 96. So it will be printed on the output screen. Next break, go to the next line, break that line. Okay, student 1 0. What is the name? Kavin. Next Tamil mark student 1 1. What is the mark? 60. And next English mark student 1 2 59. And next break that line, go to the next line. Next student 2 0 Nilani. And what is the mark? 1 3. And the next English mark student 2 2, that is 39. So it will be printed on the output screen. Okay, so this is about arrays in PHP. I hope you understand. Thank you, students.